Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here.
Carl's here.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So we have a new Diddy documentary that just dropped on Tubi. It's called The Downfall of Diddy, His Defense. Up to now, we've done 3 others where we've laid out the prosecution case. This time, we're talking specifically, what is Diddy's defense? And we decided to test it with a mock jury, and it is fascinating.
It is absolutely fascinating, keeping in mind that the real jury will be sitting down to do this. The trial starts first week in May, so this is coming up really quickly. And Diddy is right now, every day we know this, hammering out what that defense is going to be with his attorneys.
And you know, there are so many people who think he's dead to rights, that this thing is over before it begins.
It always feels like that, especially before federal trials, because you get to read the indictment. You have all the, not all, but you have much of what the prosecution is going to be.
But there's something additional.
Of their strategy.
There's something additional here. You're right that they hear about all of that. But what they're also hearing is these other lawsuits that have been filed by all these civil law firms, and you're hearing about minors, which aren't going to be part of the criminal case. You're hearing about all these videos with celebrities, not going to be part of the criminal case. And the
Cassie video.
The Cassie video is going to be part.
Right.
And we're going to get to that in a minute with the jury. But what we did was, number one, we showed them the prosecution's case from one of our documentaries. And then we showed them the defense from the current documentary. And we asked them to deliberate and to vote. Now, there are 3 charges that Diddy is on trial for. Racketeering, sex trafficking, and also the interstate commerce of prostitution. If you think this was a slam dunk, not with our mock jury.
There has been no profit motive involved at all. The last word is profit.
He's already rich.
So whether or not he had the freak-offs or he did whatever.
Follow the money.
Well, there is no money
Exactly.
to follow. I mean, the freak-offs aren't okay, the way in which I read it, it's not an illegal business. A freak-off is a freak, or whatever these things are, right? But the profit, that last word actually got my attention, because I was like, how is he making any money in that thing at all?
I don't see the coercion part.
You know?
Because if like he willingly did it and then the person willingly accepted, I don't
I think
see the...
one thing that I haven't heard said at this table yet is bribery. So he probably promised a lot of these people either fame, fortune, riches. Whether or not he delivered, I doubt it. But that's another matter entirely, right? So that's obviously, if he incentivized some of these people in order to participate in all of these things, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Is that a definition, or does that fit a definition of coercion in any way, bribery?
I'm crystal clear that this happens to I mean, seriously, there are 100 dudes, white dudes in LA doing this right now.
Yeah.
100, easy. However, no, they are not Diddy, but no, they don't have a 14-page indictment.
So racketeering requires proof of profit. And usually it's an organization like the mafia. Here, they're going after an individual, and you need to show a profit motive. So this jury got really hung up on, where's the profit for Diddy in these freak-offs? And they had a problem with that. They also had a problem with the consent issue, some of them, because the 3 alleged victims were all girlfriends at the time of Diddy's, including Cassie. And they had a problem.
Right.
If they were girlfriends who could leave, where's the coercion?
Right. But I think some of that will be addressed when you actually hear the victim's testimony, when the real jury here, this mock jury obviously doesn't know exactly what Cassie or any of the other victims are going to say on the stand.
Well, what I really loved about this is it's exactly how juries work, right? I've worked with juries a lot in the past, and you never know what words they're going to pick up on, what little technicalities from the jury instructions or from the lawyer's arguments they're going to pick up on. And the one thing you know is that race is always going to be a part of it, right?
Yep.
Harvey, I've heard you say many, many times that race is a part of every trial in this country. Race is going to be a part of this. There's going to be little picayune points that may not even occur as big points to the press or to the lawyer, but jurors will pick up on it and run with it, and it definitely impacts the outcome of this case.
Now, the big thing that is really interesting, and it's going to be a big problem for the defense if you look at this mock jury. The Cassie video. He is not being prosecuted for it. That's a state crime in California, and the statute of limitations is run. But I am telling you, that video was thunderous for a bunch of these jurors, and not so much even that it related to an element of either of the crimes.
What it shows is the type of person that they will view Diddy as,
and
which is going to make him, his character, less, he's going to be less believable. And whatever it is that the defense is presenting, that video is always in their mind.
It's
and that's
a huge issue.
I mean, we've talked about the fact that there's sometimes videos or photos or what don't get admitted to a case because they're prejudicial.
They're overly
prejudicial.
Right. This is getting admitted. Both sides.
It's definitely getting admitted.
Both sides agree it's going to be admissible. The defense has a hurdle to jump. I will tell you that they vote in the end, and the vote may surprise you.
Hi, my name's Shana, and I'm from the UK. The prosecution are going to have their work cut out, but we know this already. Looking at the charges, though, I believe that they might not stick. I believe that they're going to argue that a lot of the stuff that went on was in fact consensual, even if it wasn't. So we're going to see how this plays out.
There is a lot. By the way, documentary is called TMZ Presents The Downfall of Diddy. His Defense. It is available for free on Tubi. Just go to Tubi.com.
Watch it right now.
Okay, we are going to move on.